Hello everybody, welcome back. Sorry for that little bit of a delay. I'm not entirely sure what went on. I think one of the players' Dota's crashed or something, but we're back. I'm justDelicious. This is Pre-Tek versus D4 or Die4Gaming, as their long name is. And I have handled both these teams before, somewhat. Pre-Tek not as much, but D4 quite a lot. I've streamed quite a lot of their games, and they're a very nice group of people, and I like playing with them as well because I play with them quite a bit. So this is going to be a fun cast, fun times, and hopefully this will be an exciting match. The last one wasn't so exciting, seeing that we had a 4-minute game, and then someone's Dota crashed, they couldn't get back in, and then that was it. So that wasn't very good, but hopefully this one will be a little bit better for you guys. Moving straight into first bans, you can see it's all pretty obvious once again. Batrider, Nyx, and Magnus already gone. And I've just noticed something. Oh, the top of Magnus's horn on his picture almost lines up with Nyx's assassin's hand, and it almost looks like a continuation of it. Huh, that's pretty funny. If it was just a little bit over to the left, it would just continue on his horn. That'd be cool. Oh well. Either way, maybe they're trying to hint at both of them should be banned like that. Maybe that's a big hint by Ice Frog. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, D4 looking for their first pick now. Keep of the Light is going to be last banned by Pre-Tek, and a few good heroes making it through. Shadow Demon is there. Darkseer is there as well as of course some teams like picking up the first pick Lifestealer. I'm not a big fan of it, but some teams think he is powerful enough to first pick. If you really need him in your strategy, then that's absolutely fine. Wisp is the big exception here that's been got through. And Darkseer picked up first by D4, and now I expect a Wisp Chaos Knight out of Pre-Tek. Unless, of course, they're not too fond of the old Wisp, and then they'll probably just let it slide and maybe go for a Shadow Demon +1, whoever they think is powerful enough to take the +1 slot with the Shadow Demon. But we just got to wait and see. And there is the IO. I expect a Chaos Knight out now just so they can't get counter-bat picked. And there it is. Wisp or IO plus Chaos Knight picked up by Pre-Tek. And now D4 probably have to look at the team fight because they cannot split push now. They cannot split push now they've given away Wisp and Chaos Knight because it's just way too dangerous. You can't do it. Your heroes will get picked off by that big relocate. As long as they go for a more team fight orientated team and maybe go 5-man or 4-man as early as possible, then they should be able to keep Chaos Knight and IO under control, because without relocate IO doesn't become as powerful as it could be, and of course if you can lock down the Chaos Knight, IO is completely useless. So D4 have really got to be looking for that sort of strategy now. What sort of heroes they'll pick up? Of course, Shadow Demon is there. If they wanted to try and go for the big counter against Pre-Tek, I would expect someone like a Disruptor to come out instead. There is the Shadow Demon, and maybe Disruptor's going to get picked up now, but they might not fancy it. They might think, well, Chaos Knight's going to get a BKB anyway, so there's no point really getting Disruptor. We can only really send back the Wisp, but even that would be quite good. They've just got to think about what they're going to go for. They're going to go with Queen of Pain. Now that might be a little bit strange because Pre-Tek might still be going for the Wisp and Chaos Knight down mid. IO Chaos Knight mid, and the dual lane can really shut down Queen of Pain pretty heavily. If she gets a stun off on her, if she gets a Reality Rift on her when the Tevra is up, Queen of Pain's almost going to die because it pulls her in, it stuns her, and then you've got the Chaos Knight second stun on top of that, plus the amount of damage that their right click's doing, and then if Wisp can get his spirits into play, Queen of Pain can die very fast. So D4 might need to try and switch it up and put Queen of Pain maybe on a side lane to try and control one of the side lanes, and even think about going for a dual mid themselves, because there are some really strong dual mids that beat Chaos Knight Wisp, because Chaos Knight Wisp isn't the strongest dual combination. They have a nice little combo, but it's not particularly strong. And if you get maybe like Shadow Demon Kunkka instead, or even something completely bizarre, you can go for, of course, like Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain kind of needs solo, but if you wanted to put someone with Queen of Pain, it could be just a Venomancer to keep her safe, or maybe the Shadow Demon as well. But either way, I would probably be looking to at least pick someone up that gives them a dual lane opportunity, unless they come up, just in case they come up, against the IO Chaos Knight down mid. They could find themselves in a little bit of a bother. So I would expect D4 to maybe go for that. Pre-Tek, on the other hand, looking for their third pick, and it's taken them quite a while to think about this one. They're just they're taking their time, making sure that they have the right combination of heroes, the ones you want, and oh my god, I can't believe I've done this every single time. Every single time. I will forget to put my open mic on. I guarantee it, every single game, my open mic won't on. I'm so sorry for everyone that has been trying to watch this and trying to watch my broadcast in-game and been like, oh, why can't we hear him? Oh, has he lost his voice? Oh, is he an idiot? Yeah, I'm an idiot. I apologise. It's not your fault, it's mine, obviously. I take full responsibility. And if you send me your addresses, I will send you many, many cookies in return for the amount that you have missed. But you haven't really missed that much, to be fair. The draft kind of going the way you would expect. I've just been talking about D4 kind of needing to try and get themselves a dual lane down mid as well. Maybe to try and counter the Chaos Knight IO, because it's almost certainly going to be a dual lane down mid from them. And that's why I was a bit suspicious of the Queen of Pain pickup from them so early. Because she's going to get a little bit of she's going to have a little bit of trouble in mid versus those two. But looking over the bans, we have to see the Gyrocopter getting taken out immediately by Pre-Tek, so they do not want to be coming up against these hard carries that can go later than IO Chaos Knight. There's Phantom Lancer being banned out, and I expect Luna from them next. Rubik and Jakiro banned out by D4, don't want to give Lifestealer anything to go alongside. And of course that Lifestealer pick absolutely guarantees that IO and Chaos Knight are going to be dual laning in mid together. So it also gives them a really very strong combo. Of course, the Lifestealer being able to infest inside either IO or Chaos Knight, probably Chaos Knight, and then just jumping anywhere on the map, and that's a 3-man gank at any point in time. So D4 have got to be looking to try and shut down that Lifestealer as much as possible, as early as possible, whilst also keeping the IO and Chaos Knight under control and not letting them get a lot of farm. So I'm just going to tell that I fixed it, and yeah, I apologise for the non-sound again. Just waiting for the last banner. It's probably going to be another support hero, or maybe even someone that could be a little bit troublesome, like a Nature's Prophet that could also dive in and gank. And you've got a 4-man ganking squad that can be a massive problem, and they can just put Lifestealer +1 down on the safe lane. Chaos Knight IO can go mid, and then of course Nature's Prophet can take the offlane solo or even jungle and just ignore the offlane. And then D4 got a little bit of problems trying to just shut it down and keep it under control. There goes the Venomancer though. They don't want Lifestealer. Venomancer, very, very strong lane. I mean, the open wounds plus the slow, absolutely disgusting, especially when you take into account that he has rage as well. There is the Luna I was talking about. And Lifestealer plus Venomancer can absolutely dominate. So Pre-Tek is getting rid of all the late game carries to try and counter the Chaos Knight and IO. And I was really expecting D4 to take their pick of carry on that third slot instead of the Queen of Pain, because it kind of would have given them some sort of assurance when it got to late game. Luna or PL or Gyro, any of them, would have given them quite nice team fight. Of course, Gyro or Luna would have given them a lot more. But I'm not entirely sold on that Queen of Pain. There's the Kunkka though, so I expect maybe still a Shadow Demon Kunkka dual mid lane to come out, and they were just waiting to see whether Pre-Tek absolutely wanted to go that route, and now they know they have. They are going to be throwing Kunkka Shadow Demon down mid. Queen of Pain will be handling one lane, Darkseer will be handling the other, and maybe even a support will be on the maybe a jungler will come out of them next. Maybe someone that can just camp there, get a lot of farm. Like an Enchantress or a Chen, and maybe even come out to the lane to help Queen of Pain gank from time to time as well. So Pre-Tek have got to be a little bit careful when they pick up Invoker one that we haven't seen very often at all in the meta at the moment. He has faded away massively because there are just heroes that do the jobs that he does better now. He absolutely has to get farm, and even regardless of what way you play him, he has to get farm. And if you want to run him as a support, a heavy support, or a heavy ganking support mid, you'd rather have someone that can fulfill that role better, but that doesn't need quite as much farm, like Queen of Pain. Like Puck as well, doesn't need nearly as much farm as Invoker, but very, very strong at the ganking potential with the nukes as well. If you want to run Invoker more like a carry, and run him into the Exort and Quaz, or Exort and Wex, then it's much more beneficial to pick up someone that can use that farm better in mid, like a Gyrocopter that they've already banned out, or even someone like a TA that can be extremely effective in that on that lane very, very early. But I'm not sure where the Invoker's going to go now. Maybe they're going to completely switch it up and go a 2-1-2 and put IO Chaos on a dual on a side lane, put Invoker down mid versus Kunkka and Shadow Demon. He's going to have a lot of trouble if they actually do decide to do that. And then Lifestealer will go with the +1, but Lifestealer out from D4. So it looks like Darkseer will be in their jungle, Windrunner will be handling one of their lanes, Queen of Pain the other, and then Kunkka Shadow Team is probably going to be going mid. That's probably the way they're going to run this, just to try and shut down the Io and Chaos Knight as early and as soon as possible. Make sure they don't get a lot of farm. Now the last pick coming out of Pre-Tek, and it is going to be Beastmaster, so Beastmaster will be there. Off lane here? Ooh, this is very strange. Maybe they're going to run Lifestealer in the jungle, have Beastmaster on the off lane, and then have Io Chaos Knight on the safe lane with Invoker mid. Maybe that's the way I'm not entirely sure how they're going to run this. They could run this in a multitude of ways. But Io Chaos Knight you would have expected to definitely go mid, but the last two picks have really shaken things up and made it a little bit weird. And I think that maybe Lifestealer might be going into the jungle now, and then Darkseer will be on the jungle for D4. So they're both going to run a jungler to try and counter each other's strategies, and we'll see which one comes out on top from that. And just waiting for a few more people to pick up their heroes. Taking a little bit of time.
10 seconds remaining.
Definitely taking their time. One more. Come on, Lifestealer. Come on, you can do it. There we go. We're into the game. And we will now very, very quickly run over both teams. So Neo Genesis will be taking up the Kunkka, DM will be on the Shadow Team, and justDelicious will be taking up the Darkseer. Going up top, D Weird will be on the Queen of Pain. Last but not least, Lord Blub will be on the Windrunner. Going down bottom, we see Seven will be taking up the Beastmaster, heading mid. Baseline Santa will be on the Invoker. Over at the top lane, we can see Lionel will be taking up the Chaos Knight. On the Lifestealer, we see Madbringer, and last but not least, Zork will be on the Wisp. So, both these teams doing what we'd expect. There we go. Invoker is actually going to be going mid, and we see a 5-man rotation from D4 up into the enemy jungle. And how are they going to run this once they see that Invoker is in mid, and they know that, and they see that Lifestealer is going to be in the jungle with Chaos Knight and Io? And is that best logo EU? I can't actually see what that is. Someone might have to tell me what that is. I'm not entirely sure. Could be anything. I can't see it from here. Maybe it's the... I think it looks like the Dota 2 Vengeance Cup sort of logo. I'm not sure though. Could be anything. We'll see. We'll see. Either way, Darkseer looks like he's going to be camping maybe in one of the jungles. Is it going to be the Dire? Is it going to be the Radiant? I think he's going to be going to his own jungle. But they really want to try and catch someone out. But no one is out of position. And they're waiting for Invoker. They know the creep wave is coming. They want first blood. They can sense first blood. It's gonna be baseline Santa that they go on immediately while he's creep blocking. He actually missed that creep block a little bit, but here they go. Oh, DM's gonna go first, but he doesn't have the move speed. Invoker's gonna get away. He showed himself down here. Then he immediately backed back off. I think that was a little bit of a mistake by him doing that. Oh, and there was an invis rune as well. If he picked that up, maybe he could have been able to hunt down this Invoker and get that disruption off. But they are going to be putting D Weird mid now. They see what is going on. It looks like Lord Blub is going to be going solo top, coming up against Wisp and Chaos Knight, and down bottom we're going to see Kunkka Shadow Demon against a solo Beastmaster, who is going to be in a world of hurt. I mean, Shadow Demon Kunkka is one of the strongest dual lane combinations you can have, coming up against a Beastmaster. Even though he's hit level 2 already though, so that's really, really good for him, because he needed to get that early level 2, get that one in Call of the Wild, make sure there are no ganks coming to him, and stack those Ancients. So, yeah, he should be okay now. It looks like DM's just checking this spot, but it's not going to spawn because of a nicely placed ward here from the Beastmaster cutting it off. And you can see how many wards they actually have. They have 4 wards up on the map right now. Really nice positions. They have one here, they have one here, all the way over on. They're checking the top rune spot to make sure they know exactly which side it comes from. And there's one here just keeping an eye on Lord Blood. Down in mid, you have to say Queen of Pain is going to absolutely destroy Invoker. I mean, Invoker's got pretty much no chance against the Queen of Pain in mid. She has much higher attack power. She has a much, much better animation. And her Q is absolutely disgusting against Invoker. Invoker's trying to get to level 3. He's hit level 3 at the same time that D-Weird has. So D-Weird being off lane hasn't set her back too much. She really wants to try and go for that Shadow Strike. She's going to get one. And baseline Santa's just got to be a bit careful now. There's the Shadow Strike and the Scream. And that's going to really hurt Invoker quite a lot. But he's got his 2 points in wax. So he's got almost a permanent tango going on, which is really, really good for him. But look at the right click from D-Weird. Really bringing him down very, very fast. And I think the bottle is absolutely essential, and the bottle's been picked up on Queen of Pain already. Looking at Invoker, he has not been able to get his even close. He's only on 200 gold, and 9 and 4 versus 3 and 3, and D Weird on the Queen of Pain, absolutely destroying this Invoker down on lane, and she's just not letting him go into Exort. That's why this constant spam is coming down. As long as he doesn't go get that Exort up, he's going to lose all of his HP regen. And it means the Queen of Pain can just control the last hits and denies, because he's going to have almost no last hitting power without going into Exort. And you can see that he's just constantly stuck in quads. Triple quads for him pretty much the entire time. Over at top, Lord Blood may be in a little bit of trouble, but nope, they can't actually do any damage whatsoever to her. And Lord Blood's doing quite well. 4 and 0 versus 3 and 0 on the Beastmaster. Beastmaster on the off lane, not having the best time in the world, but he can't really go anywhere. That tri-lane, that dual lane, sorry, is so much stronger than the dual lane that than Pre-Tek are putting out. Chaos Knight Wisp is not nearly as strong as Shadow Demon plus Kunkka. It's one of the strongest lanes in the game, Shadow Demon Kunkka, and if this Beastmaster gets even slightly out of position, I can expect a disruption straight on top, and that's going to be a very, very easy kill. Or D-Weird against baseline Santa in mid. D-Weird just trading blows with him and trying to force him back, but the Cold Snap doing a lot of damage, but D-Weird will pick up the rune at 2 minutes, and maybe even the next one as well. Oh, Beastmaster, he wants to try and throw down the axes to get the kill on D-Weird, but he doesn't do it. Very strange. Would that have even got the kills? On 250 HP, composite damage of 120 for each axe. Oh no, maybe not. Would have got away on 10 HP, but it would have been very, very close. Either way, Queen of Pain's going to pick up the rune, and she's just going to head back into mid, fully bottled up now, and the double damage is going to give her even more over baseline Santa, who is going to really, really struggle on this lane now. And the haste rune is going to spawn. It is going to spawn down bottom, so they're going to... Queen of Pain is going to want to pick that up as soon as possible. Dooz is doing very, very well, actually, in the jungle, level 4. The Lifestealer, level 3. So Dooz is having a better time in the jungle right now. If we check last hits, Lifestealer's on 17. He's on 18, and then again, Queen of Pain dives to get the first blood in mid, and ends up getting it because of the DD rune, and I can't believe I actually missed that. That was a bit obvious. I was talking about freaking farm in the jungle or something while that was going on. I'm not entirely sure. I apologise an awful lot for missing that one, but I won't miss anything else in this game. I promise. I'm going to keep my eye open. My eye is now open. I'm checking everything. But DM picked up the haste rune. Didn't save for the Queen of Pain. Very, very weird. Maybe wants to try and go on to Pre-Tek. Pre-Tek might be in a little bit of trouble. Here comes the torrent. Up he goes. No usage of this Soul Catcher, but they don't even need it. Kunkka is going to go down regardless. And the Neo Genesis on the Kunkka is going to be getting the last hit there. Over at top, nothing really much happening. Lord Blood just trying to make sure that he doesn't get caught out too much by the Wisp and the Chaos Knight, and he's got to just be careful of Reality Rift, because that will get the Tether stun off. And Lord Blood doing a very, very nice job down here. Level 5, 7 and 1, exactly the same as Beastmaster, but Beastmaster's died. So they're saying very, very strong lane combo coming out of these two, Kunkka and the Shadow Demon. Down in mid, we can see Invoker still level 5, and Queen of Pain, almost level 6. Wow. She's miles ahead of Invoker at this stage, and you can see on the last hits and denies how much of a good time she's actually been having. 26 and 6 versus Invoker's 10 and 6. Real domination for Queen of Pain there. At top lane, Windrunner just continues to try and get something, and doing quite nice. Picked up boots now. Level 5. Compare it to the Beastmaster, level 4, so Beastmaster really not having a very nice time, just forced back continually by these by the Neo Genesis Tidebringers. It's going to keep him locked down, and he's trying to get as much farm as he can with those axes. It's doing quite well, so it's working out. Queen of Pain gets another double damage rune. Oh, she's going to be looking to try and take out this Beastmaster, but Beastmaster's aware. They have a sentry ward up. They would have seen everything that was happening there, and this observer isn't blocking? Is that not blocking? How strange that isn't blocking. That's directly in front of the camp. They placed it maybe 2 minutes ago. Maybe it hasn't stacked it in the last 2 minutes. Maybe that's just a stack from one of the first levels. Either way, boots almost completed on Queen of Pain, and the magic stick has been completed as well, so Queen of Pain doing quite well there. Windrunner level 5. Let's check out the levels of Chaos Knight and Wisp. They're both level 4, so Wisp is nearly at that level 6, just what he needs to do. Kid there ASAP, get Chaos Knight around the map, get Chaos Knight farming. Chaos Knight's picked up 1 in crit. That's very, very strange you'd pick up crit so early, but Oh my god, I didn't even realise it was a 300% critical strike at max. Wow. It's only a 10% chance, but with the illusions, that's a hell of a lot of damage. Either way, if this game goes long, you have... Oh, it's so difficult to call this one if it does go long, because we have a Kunkka, who isn't the best carry in the world. He doesn't go particularly long, nor does Chaos Knight. But Kunkka does have enough to keep him locked down with the Tidebringer Splash and the Torrent. But is that enough? If maybe they can get a Ghost Ship as well, coming down on all of the Phantasms to clear them, for Kunkka to maybe get a few good crits in if he goes that way, Shadowblade and crits. Maybe that's what he's going to do. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to watch out. But who wins this in the late game is going to be so interesting. I think it's going to be real good game, and nice, good to see who actually gets there. Very interesting as well. Not entirely sure who's going to take it down in the jungle. Dew's just continuing to farm up. Now got 2 in the Ion Shell, just making sure that he is survivable with 1 in Surge and 1 in Vacuum. Try and catch anyone off guard that comes at him. And he's not going to stack the camp. Very strange. Yeah, he didn't stack it at all. Down in mid, D-Weird versus Invoker. Oh, Invoker doing an awful lot of damage with the Cold Snap. Didn't make any other spells. Looked like he maybe was going to try and invoke a Sunstrike very quickly and try and take out D-Weird. But D-Weird was bottling up and managed to get away from that one. A few more right clicks from Invoker. Now he can afford to go into the Exhort. Because D-Weird is on the back foot a little bit now. And Invoker's still 2 levels behind now, only 1 level behind. But it's still an awful long way to be behind a Queen of Pain at this stage. She's got max Scream, she's got Sonic Wave, Invoker. That's a lot of burst damage coming down on Invoker if he gets caught out. But at least he can keep up with last hits now. And he actually has slightly more last hitting power than Queen of Pain by about 2 or something. I don't think that's going to make too much difference. It just comes down to attack animation. Queen of Pain still has the better attack animation, but Madbringer continuing just to jungle up, make sure he gets as much farm as possible. He's actually gone Boots instead of Midas, so he's not looking for the late game. And Wisp wants it, but he doesn't even need to be there, I don't think. Very close at D-Weird. Actually nearly got taken out. Down at bottom, Kunkka managing to get the kill on the Beastmaster as well. So everything going on at once. D-Weird's got to be very careful he doesn't get caught out of position, because Wisp was coming in mid to help out this Invoker, because Invoker's HP pool was dropping lower and lower. But he will be absolutely okay. He's put 2 into quads, and with a Tango, he's got 14.4 HP regen. Whoa, that is a mental amount of HP regen. And I'm surprised that they haven't actually rotated this Shadow Demon into mid to try and maybe pick off a kill, because if he does go down there, he's going to be able to get Invoker quite easily, although Invoker does have Ghost Walk, of course. If he brings a Dust, easy kill. Over at top, Lord Blub, and D-Weird wants to gank. D-Weird wants to gank on Lifestealer as he comes out the jungle to try and pick off Lord Blub. Nice use of the Wind Run from Lord Blub to try and get away from that. D-Weird gets almost a max level stun in the face, but Lionel is in a lot of trouble. Really nice Shackle Shot coming out from Windrunner, and it looks like Wisp is going to be falling as well, so they get a 2 for 0. Now Madbringer coming out, takes a Scream in the face, and needs to back off very fast. Oh, beautiful Torrent from Kunkka, but he gets trapped by his own creeps, and Lord Blub gets the kill. With the Power Shot plus the Torrent on the top, they get a 3 for 0 on that bottom lane. That's fantastic play. You're just not expecting that to come out. I don't think Lifestealer was expecting it either, because he was on almost full HP. All of a sudden, he got nuked down very heavily. He didn't even feel like he needed to use the Rage to escape that one, and he was dropped because of how fast all that damage came down. It was the Windrunner Power Shot hit at pretty much the same time as the Kunkka Tidebringer. I don't think he had any time to react to that one, and he did get dropped very easy. Down in mid, D-Weird versus Invoker, continuing just to do their thing. Invoker going into Chaos Meteor, so he wants that massive damage to maybe try and pick off a kill, and he's going for the right clicks. D-Weird now completely out of mana. Has the stick though, and looking for this 10-minute rune, which does spawn twice. Another double damage. That's the 3rd double damage of the game for D-Weird, and we've only had, what, 5 runes? And 3 of them have been DDs? Now he's rotating top, but the wards are up, so they're all going to see D-Weird coming. And no smoke purchased on him. It's just going to be a complete waste for double damage, you feel? Because he's not going to get anything down here, and he must surely know that they have runes and wards, sorry, and he does. So he just goes into last hit and shows himself. And I've missed another one. Oh my god. I'm not on the board today, but Kunkka plus Shadow Demon showing why it's one of the strongest dual lanes in the game. Getting a 3-0-1 on the Kunkka already. Not 3-0 on the Beastmaster. The Beastmaster has already died 3 times down in this lane, and just constant deaths down on this bottom, and Neogenesis now wants to go and take the camp, and he's going to get, oh, that is so unlucky that they were on so little HP. He's going to be able to pick it off, and he's not going to let it stack either, so he's just going to farm up this, and he's going to be so happy this is stacked for him. Because look at the amount of gold he's got. Oh, relocate though, right on top. Chaos Knight wants to try and go for it, but he's very hesitant. And Neogenesis is not. Is in a massive amount of trouble now. Wisp is going to get caught down. There are the axes, surely trying to get a kill on that Kunkka. Is he going to get away? Oh, he gets away on 70 HP. And I think that was just because of the amount of delay that this Chaos Knight had at the beginning. He's still trying to build up his armlet, and he was just so delayed when he first jumped in to get that stun off and get a few right clicks. That was pretty much what let Kunkka get away from it. D-Weird manages to get the kill on Invoker in mid, and I did just slightly catch that, so that doesn't count. I've only missed 2 so far. That counts. I'm going to take that one. I need to take all that I can get in this game because I'm not having a good one. But either way, Shadow Demon has Observer Wards and Central Wards up in the courier if he wants to try and go for it. And what is D-Weird going to be building into? Looks like Cypher Vice as soon as possible. Picks up that Void Stone, trying to get it before Chaos Knight can get that armlet. Chaos Knight actually has armlet now. Now going to be looking for boots. So a lot of right click coming on the side of the Chaos Knight, but not very fast. He doesn't actually have boots at all. So he's gone for that first. And Lifestealer overtakes Kunkka. When it comes to last hits, we look at farm. Kunkka still about 1.6 thousand ahead because of his 3-0-1 streak, and of course not dying. And the Lifestealer did get dropped once down on that top lane by a very nicely executed combo coming out of D4. This bottom lane again, Beastmaster, he's got to be careful because they can absolutely dive him if they wanted to. They could really just go straight into the tower and pick him off because it's only going to take a few seconds for them. Although we see at level 6 now, so they've got to be very careful about that because that ulti roar coming off the back does do a lot of damage, and it makes sure that that he can maybe pick off a kill underneath the tower. We haven't talked much about Darkseer yet. He's still just jungling up, trying to get as much farm as possible. He's on 3,300, so he's about 300 behind the Lifestealer, who is absolutely dominating him now in the jungle, and he's looking for his armlet as soon as possible. He should have it pretty soon. If we have a look at the Chaos Knight looking for boots, trying to build him up. Still quite a long way off, and here comes the relocate down on bottom lane. It actually completely misses. Chaos Knight actually runs the other way. Oh, I'm not entirely sure he was ready for that one. Not entirely sure Wisp let him know that was going on. Chaos Knight came down. Maybe they were just trying to save the Beastmaster. They thought an initiate was coming and it wasn't, so it wasn't really that much of a waste. He should have it back up pretty soon. It's only a 70-second cooldown once it's finished, so that shouldn't take him too long to get back. And Chaos Knight, Invoker, I mean, going into Deafening Blast and this Cold Snap, and up top, Lord Blub in a little bit of trouble. The stun doesn't come though, and Chaos Knight's going to have a bad time trying to beat down Lord Blub now. But Wind Run was just off cooldown. Very nice Shackle catching Mad, so he doesn't get an assist or a kill in that. And down in mid, Invoker has to be really careful himself because here comes the Demonic Purge over the top. He's going to Soul Catcher first. It's not going to hit. Oh, they don't have vision. Oh, they didn't bring sentries or dust down to this middle lane. You have to feel like that was a mistake, because surely they would have known the baseline Santa had the Ghost Walk up, even though he hasn't used it yet. It just makes sense that you always get one in quads, and he's used Deafening Blast as well on D-Weird before, so they knew that he went into all 3. So he should have bought some. Oh, he actually had a sentry. Why didn't he place the sentry ward? Why didn't he place the sentry ward down right in the middle of the lane here? When Invoker went into Ghost Walk, they could have easily picked up the kill. He was not on a lot of HP. And Queen of Pain, a few right clicks would have definitely secured it. So that was a little bit of a misplay coming out from DM. You have to feel that he didn't put that down. But it's not going to bother them too much. They are 8-1 ahead so far. And if we check XP, we can see they're about 5k ahead. And gold is going to be even higher. 7.5k pretty much ahead by them. That is a huge amount. To be in the lead at 15 minutes, 17.5k, that's 500 extra gold for your team a minute. That's absolutely massive. Lord Blub's hiding out in the trees, not entirely sure why he's doing that. He's not going to be able to get a shackle shot off from there. He may as well harass down this tower. That's what he decides to do now. And D-Weird takes a few tower blows, and they go back in. They really want to try and take down this mid. They don't want to give Invoker any room to farm. He's got phase boots. He's probably going to be looking towards his drum next. He's not far off it, unless they want Chaos Knight to get that drum, but he's way too far behind on farm. Coming around the back, though, Lifestealer plus the Wisp. And, D-Weird blinks in the perfectly wrong position right here. It looks like Wisp is going to be able to get away. Lord Blub missed the power shot because he kind of juked it a little bit. He walked down here and then came up the other way. But a Queen of Pain blinked down like this, and then had to walk all the way back up around, and that cost her her life down in top lane. Lionel looks like he's definitely going to get dropped. Who's going to get the last hit? The demonic purge does secure that kill, but another kill goes to this insane dual combo of the Kunkka plus the Shadow Demon. Insane burst damage, a lot of disables. And really showing why it's such a good lane combo together. Shadow Blade built up on Kunkka plus 1.8k gold. He's almost got his crit already at 16 minutes. He has almost got Shadow Blade plus crit at 16 minutes. That is an insane amount of farm to have, especially on a Kunkka that needs to get that early farm to make sure he's effective at all stages of the game. And oh, really nice shackle shot on baseline. He's going to get dropped. Do they even need the Queen of Pain ulti? They don't. And oh my god, he actually goes for it because they don't bring any vision again. And now Lord Blub in a little bit of trouble. Down goes the Windrun. It's completely finished. D-Weird wants to try and take out this Invoker. One more right click will do it. But the Windrunner does get dropped around the back as well by the Chaos Knight. And then Relocate sends them back. So now they're probably going to be looking to push down this mid tower. Now they know that there's going to be pretty much no resistance coming out because that Invoker has gone down. And this mid tower is not going to be saved. Who's going to get the last hit? It's going to want to be the Kunkka, but Kunkka doesn't. Shadow Demon gets it, but Kunkka's got crit. Kunkka has Crystallis money now if he wants to just go ahead and buy it, or is he going to save it for his Demon Edge straight away? Crit is probably the better way to go, just because he's going to be getting a lot of attacks in these fights, and if he gets a good crit, he could probably one-shot a lot of these supports at this early stage. And who's this? Miles out of position. Queen of Pain has to blink away very quickly, but the Chaos Knight has stun up in 3, has stun up in 2. Beastmaster still trying to chase, but she does get the blink away, and quite lucky to get away from that one, but she does get away from that, and that's all that matters. Now they want Lifestealer up on the high ground. Can they spot him out? No, they can't. Shadow Demon's got to be careful, because if Lifestealer turns around, they can maybe try and go for the kill. D-Weird blinks in, but an immediate rage, and he's going to be easily able to get away from that. And Lifestealer plus Chaos Knight is going to give him a lot of mid-game, a lot more than D4. D4 have got to be careful that they don't get caught out in team fights here, because Lifestealer is very tanky this early on, and Chaos Knight as well, quite tanky early on in the game. Well, very tanky early on in the game, but of course he doesn't have boots, so that's not going to help him a lot in that regard. And oh, Beastmaster's got to be careful. Beautiful shackle shot from Lord Blub. Oh, it actually catches the wolf instead of Beastmaster, but Beastmaster's going to get dropped anyway. He doesn't have mana for the scream. One more right click. Kunkka gets it. And the top tower does get denied by Chaos Knight, but D4 aren't going to matter about that whatsoever. They managed to get the kill, and Queen of Pain looking for the blink in. Decides to go for the creeps instead. They're going to want to push while Beastmaster is down. He's down for another 17 seconds. Of course, doesn't have buyback because he's had to spend pretty much all of his money just to get himself some resemblance of farm, because he really hasn't got anything. Kunkka's going to want to try and clear this wave as soon as possible with maybe one Tidebringer. We'll clear up a lot of it. There it is. And basically, D4 starting to dominate this game now. They can't let Pre-Tek get back into it, and they're not letting Pre-Tek get back into it. If we check the XP, it's now 7.5k in gold, just over the 10k breaking point. Kunkka does get the last hit on that tower. And what's he saving for? He's got 4k gold. What is this Kunkka saving for so much that he absolutely feels he needs to hoard this much money with only a 600 buyback at this stage? Well, it doesn't even look like he's going to die anyway. He's going to go down bottom trying to maybe catch up this Chaos Knight and Wisp, but they're going to be easily away by the time he gets there, and he doesn't have the move speed at all to catch up unless he uses Shadow Blade, but he's not going to risk that one. So instead he just decides to right click these creeps. While in mid, D4 continuing to push. They have a TP back. It's going to be the Lifestealer, so they're just going to back out of that one as soon as possible. There's all 5 of them in mid now. And D4 have to know that they can't fight this. They have to know that this is just a terrible idea to even be stood up here. They need to just back off and get some farm. Although they're just they're waiting for Neogenesis and Lord Blub to rotate in. They want to try and go for a 5v5. Oh, but a few of them have got caught out. The Invoker and Beastmaster especially are miles out of position, and Queen of Pain can maybe try and go for a pick-off here on 7. But 7 does get away with his life. Very fortunate. I was expecting DM and Queen of Pain just to jump him. Just to throw down a Shadow Strike, get that disruption on Soul Catcher, and try and get that, even if it's just keeping him in this area by the time Kunkka comes around the back with Shadow Blade, that would have been fine. But they decided not to, and instead they're just going to go straight down for the push on this tower. And now they're going to be able to take the tier 2 at this stage. Pre-Tek, miles out of position, uses the roar on Kunkka, but down comes the Soul Catcher. Surely Demonic Purge being used on Invoker, but Invoker might actually get the kill on DM with a burn. 30 HP gets away on D-Weird, trying to pick off this Beastmaster, but he's going to get away, only just round the back. Chaos Knight, lot of damage on Deuce. Here comes the boat catches too. Now he's walking in, tries with the big Tidebringer. They manage to pick off a kill. Queen of Pain Scream getting the last hit. Invoker just ghost walks again. They don't have any sort of vision. but they want Mad. They want Madbringer. Don't think they're going to be able to get him. Windrunner caught out of position as well. Oh, maybe they will. No, there's the Rage, and he's going to get away, but they're going to get a tier 2 in mid for their troubles. And D4 continue to pull further and further ahead. That time trading a 1-for-1. Calcite for Windrunner, very, very nice trade for them. And also getting a tier 2. So they are in a very, very nice position. I hear Sunstrike, but it completely misses everyone as it went up onto this high ground, and they are all camping down here to make sure they didn't get hit. Check gold now; it's about 14k, so they are really starting to accelerate in the lead with gold, and same with XP, about 10k ahead. So they are doing fantastically well. Neogenesis just farming up. D-Weird's going to blink in, try and get a few last hits, and I expect. I'm not entirely sure about this bug where sometimes everybody or a few people will have like halved attack animations. They attack at the same speed, but I see them at half speed and I only see half of it. Very strange, I have to say. But DM looking for the 4-star as soon as possible after the Arcanes. Almost have it built up. That's how farmed they are. Even Shadow Demon, the worst farmed on their team, can nearly get a 25, maybe a 25-minute 4-star as they look for another tier 2. And the Chaos Knight's got to be careful, because if they decide to try and jump in, they're going to get him. Oh, actually, they want to try and initiate around the back. Infesta's up if they want to go for the Nyx bomb, but they're not going to instead. Lionel walks straight into the middle. Dust is popped immediately. Neogenesis get dropped with a big, big roar by the Meesbar, so they actually pop quite a lot down there. Lord Blub gets a brilliant shackle shot once again. Down goes the vacuum and the wall, doing a lot of damage to pretty much everyone, because these illusions are hurting like hell. The Windrunner power shot nearly picks up a kill, but actually doesn't manage to around the back. Now the Invoker's got to be careful. He's trying to make a ghost walk. He gets it off, but it's not going to make any difference. He's surely going to die to the burn of the Queen of Pain, and down he goes. They do get the kill, and a 1-for-1 trade again with the big initiation coming out from Pre-Tek. They turn it around with the amount of levels and the amount of gold they've been able to get. It's very easy for them to turn it around, and D4 take another tower. Lifestealer finally buys up his Maelstrom, but that's not going to hurt him. That's not going to help him whatsoever. You have to think, oh, big bomb coming in the middle, right into the middle of them. D4, I've got to be very, very careful. There's the vacuum from Dews. Brilliant, brilliant disruption on himself by the Shadow Demon, but he's going to get dropped anyway. They pick off all the illusions, then they pick off him, and they do get the kill. Dews has the Surge, so he's going to be able to quite easily get away from this. It is level 2 as well, so there's no way they're going to be able to catch him. Kunk around the back has Shadowblade up if he wants to try and go for something, but not going there quite yet. He's finally picked up his crit, so he's finally going to try and go for a big, big crit strike, and he's chasing down Chaos Knight, but he's not going to catch Chaos Knight. There's literally no way he's going to catch Chaos Knight around the back of that. And instead, they continue to farm and push out, but I don't think they have quite enough farm yet to be able to take a tier 3. We saw how close that last fight was from Pre-Tek, just because they have so much mid-game strength, and of course the Invoker's Meteor on top of the Chaos Knight and the Lifestealer as well does a lot of damage. So they need to get a bit more tanky, they need to get a bit more farm before they can maybe go for this. Neogenesis just farming up mid, doing a very, very good job, and they're just going to push out every lane. I think they're going to want Roshan before they try and go for it, because Roshan is probably going to be the key for D4. If they can pick up a Roshan quite early on, it can let them break the base very, very easily, and I expect that's what they're probably trying to do by pushing out all these lanes. They're going to try and go for a Rosh. Although no, they have smoke. Maybe they do have smoke. DM has smoke. He wants to try and go for a gank. They're waiting for Kunkka. Kunkka's just buying up his Demon Edge, looking for Daedalus, only about 150 away at 24 minutes. That's pretty impressive. And they're going to do exactly what DM wrote. They're going to go through the jungle, try and gank around the back. They're just waiting for something to get picked up on Dews. What was it? It was a mech. And oh, they're actually rotating around into the jungle. This is a little bit strange that they're deciding to do this. Kunkka's going to get caught out by Chaos Knight though. All 5 of them are here. Neogenesis has got to be very, very careful. Immediately pops a Shadow Blade. Both teams back off straight away. Beastmaster pops up a ward, and everything goes back to normal. Neogenesis is still hanging around there, still under Shadow Blade protection. But now he comes out of it, and they're going to see him and Lord Blub down by this tower. The other two still smoked up, though. They're not going to have any vision of them as they walk into the trees. Lionel's got to be careful. Shackle Shot's going to fly any second. Disruption first to set it up round the back. D-Weird does have Lincolns already, so that's going to help. Chaos Meteor completely wasted by the Invoker. They do manage to pick off the Chaos Knight. The Scream coming round the back from the Beastmaster picks up Neogenesis just for a few seconds, but it's not going to make pretty much no difference. Dews manages to get the kill. Now they want Pre-Tek. 7 is going to go down. Oh, the power shot's so close to killing him. 19 HP. Surely the poison's going to kill him if he pops it. He doesn't pop it, and actually, Seven's going to get away with this one with his life. Very, very lucky that the Shadow Demon didn't pop that as soon as he could, because if he had, he was surely just going to die. But they don't even care. They want Roshan, and Deuce is going to be the first one into the pit. He pops the Iron Shot on himself just to do a lot more damage, and Neo Genesis is going to be picking this one up. Seeing that he has Daedalus already, he is well ahead of the game, and he's doing a very, very good job. They don't have anyone to really tank Roshan, though. That's the problem. They have 0 tanks, so Roshan is doing a lot of damage to them. You expect Lord Blood to walk in and try and tank it, and then just pop the wind run just to make sure it doesn't get hit. But the mech is up, so it's not going to make a difference, and there goes the Shackle Shot. They pick it up, Kunkka gets it. He has Daedalus Shadow Blade at 26 minutes, and they're going to be looking to go straight into the base. 11k net worth. He's going to leave the regeneration for the Queen of Pain, who has the bottle. And here they go. They want to break the base. They want top tower. This is going to be a very, very important part of this game. If they can break the base, you have to say that D4 have pretty much got this one because of how early they've got it and how much they are ahead. Over 10k in XP, 15k in gold. So if they can break the base, that's the important thing to say here. Juice is going to be the first one up, just tempting them a little bit with his presence. But they're not going to fall for that. And Kunkka just walks around the back, just gets a few last hits off. And he's going to be looking to go in. I think a Kunkka crit with the Tidebringer will probably one-shot this Io. I mean, I don't think Io's going to be able to survive much against that. And Neo Genesis, here he goes. He's got Shadow Blade. Is he going to bother using it to try and go for the kill? D-Weird just blinks straight into the middle. Here comes the Torrent. Oh, Pre-Tek. Nice dodge, but it hits him anyway. Down goes the boat, completely misses. Chaos Meteor right round the back. Neo Genesis' damage is absolutely insane. He's absolutely destroying everyone, as well as the Phantasms made from Dews on the Chaos Knight. And it's a 4 for 0. 5 for 0 as Queen of Pain manages to pick off the Beastmaster round the back as well. And now they're going to break the base very, very easily. Neo Genesis just tanking the tower because he has Aegis. He's probably just going to let the Aegis pop because he probably doesn't care. DM's going to use a disruption on him actually. They want to try and save this Aegis, and they're going to break the base very, very easily. There's absolutely nothing Pre-Tek can do to stop them now. They're going to be taking both the racks. They go straight for the melee one first. They want to make sure they can take it out and then go for the weaker ranged. And down go the melee racks. And the ranged ones now will follow. And are they going to rotate into mid? I think they probably can. They have enough. They probably have mech back off cooldown. Yep, there it is. The mech was off cooldown. They popped it straight away. D-Weird rotates all the way round. Tries to clear this wave as soon as possible. We'll get rid of it incredibly fast. And now, looking... Oh, Kunkka just one-shots the wave as it arrives. And now Pre-Tek are massively, massively behind. Neo Genesis has popped his Shadow Blade as already tries to go for the Wisp. Nothing going to happen there. Down goes another Meteor from Invoker just to clear the wave. Does hit Lord Blub, but Lord Blub takes pretty much no damage off of that. Got to watch out for D-Weird. D-Weird wants to try and jump up. Wants to try and get a kill. Has Demon Edge up as well. So going for more right-click damage. But at the moment, nothing happening. Neo Genesis just going to clear this wave. Doesn't actually get a crit, so he doesn't clear it. But D-Weird does the rest of the job for him. And this is key. Lionel has to make sure he survives for as long as possible. Has to make sure he influences the fight as much as he can, because he is the one with the big damage at the moment. Madbringer does have some damage, not nearly as much. Lifestealer manages to deny the tower, but they're not going to mind that at all. Up comes the Kunkka ship. They all just run away. They're going to dodge it, and Neo Genesis still has the Aegis if they want to go for it. Lionel tries to pull in the Quap, but of course just immediately gets popped. Immediately pops the Lincoln, sorry, and they're just gonna walk straight back up. Down goes the X. They really want to try and take out Beastmaster. Beastmaster's actually going to get away from this one. Uses the Scream on D-Weird. D-Weird is in a lot of trouble. Down come the Phantasms. Armlet up as well, but they're not going to be able to take him out. Dews, though, in a massive amount of pain, does get taken down. The Kunkka gets dropped as well, but he has Aegis. Here he comes, and pretty much everyone from Pre-Tek is down already. One massive Kunkka crit, I saw it, took off about 3/4 of Chaos Knight and Wisp's life points around here, and the GGs are called. There's no way they can beat Kunkka at this stage. They are going to get dropped. Down go the mid-racks as well, and everybody is going to leave. And this has been, it's been a 30-minute game. It's been okay, but you have to say D4, as soon as they got rolling, they really had this one in the bag very, very early on if they just played right and they didn't give too much away, because they were dominating the early stages. But Pre-Tek, did play very nicely at the beginning of the game. They did get a really nice foothold. They just lost a few too many early kills, and they weren't prepared for the Kunkka Shadow Demon dual lane. I think that was where they faltered a little bit, because the Kunkka got way too much farm down on that lane against a solo Beastmaster, and I was really expecting them to put Wisp and Chaos Knight up against these two, because it would have given them a lot more security against this combo coming out. But either way, D4 are going to be taking the win. Queen of Pain walks right into the middle of them to pull them out, and then they're going to just get a few kills right in the middle there. And oh, that's not very nice, getting the base dive at this stage. But either way, they're not going to mind too much about that. And a D4 do take the win. Commiserations to Pre-Tek, but I'm pretty sure I'll be seeing those again. I do cast quite a lot for the Levitation Cup now, I have to say, and I enjoy it an awful lot, because they're an amazing group of people. Very, very nice. And hopefully I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. I'll probably have more games to cast. Maybe over the weekend. I don't think I've got anything on tomorrow, which is good. But over the weekend, I think I've got quite a lot. So I hope you guys will be able to join me for that. I've been justDelicious, and as always, I am signing out. Goodbye, and I hope to see you all soon.